Good morning, everyone, and happy Saturday. My name is Callie, and this is another weekend of Clarinets, Cats, and Coffee. Okay, so in today's video, I am going to focus on hand position, particularly left hand left hand position, particularly crazy, wild, flyaway pinky fingers. And I'm going to give you a few tips and an etude you can practice to really focus in and train your hands and your fingers to stay put. Before we jump into that, I want to thank my patrons and channel members for supporting my channel. You guys, your support really truly means so much to me. If you are watching my channel and you're not already a monthly supporter of this YouTube channel, be sure to go head over to Patreon or right here on YouTube channel memberships and see all the cool perks that I have that I offer supporters of my channel. I would truly love to see more of you guys there. Thank you so much. Okay, so I bet you guys can guess. I think I've probably made a video on this etude before, but I thought it might be a good time to review hand position, and I thought of a couple of additional tricks that may help some of you guys. So the etude that I'm going to focus on today is the second etude of Jean-Jean's Vademecum for clarinets. And it is something that every clarinet player should have in their music library. It's a great tool. The first etude, you work on your trill fingerings all the way up through the range of the instrument, and then second etude, you do left hand position. Third etude, you do right hand position. It's articulation etudes in there as well. So it really is a useful, very, very helpful etude. So these etudes are quite long. The second etude actually is like 5 pages in. The first etude is 4 pages long. So you kind of have to flip through everything to find it. But once you do, you will know, because the very first note is a throat tone B flat. Bonus, if you get really good at this, you can also improve your tone quality and air support as well, but I will talk about that in another video. I think this is really fun. I like playing this one. The big major tip that I want you guys to think about whenever you're practicing this, whenever possible, try to keep your left hand pinky just barely touching one of these pinky keys over here. I usually have it touching the B key because that's a common one. Let me back up a little bit. That's a common one that I need to use. So if I just train my pinky to always touch this key, then I'm good. Okay, so I'm just gonna play an example here, just the first measure to kind of show you. Kind of like that. And so you can kind of see these guys are wiggling a little bit. They're wanting to kind of come up, but I'm really focusing on trying to keep this pinky not completely pressing this key down, but just touching this pinky key enough so that my hand position stays nice and stretched out. Now, if you notice, I hope I was doing this. My right hand was also kind of stretched out while I was doing that as well, and I was just gently grazing these keys down here. Now, I'm not going to have to use my right hand pinky for a while in this etude. I'm not going to have to use it until the second page. But I'm trying to teach myself proper habits. So the second big thing is, even when you're doing a lot of left hand work, make sure you're training your right hand to behave as well. So keeping your fingers floating above the keys, keeping your pinkies just gently grazing whichever pinky key of your choosing. I like the B and the C key, just barely touching. Or so on. So whichever pinky key you like, it's all good. Okay, so those are your 2 big tips for keeping your fingers from flying away. The second thing that I want you to think about is what you're doing with this key. And I know it's this finger, and I know it's way over here on your hand, and you're not even using this. Way over here? Of course it's way over here. Anyway, I know it's way over here. You're not actually using it until like much further down, but guess what? You can't rest your clarinet on your index finger with this key. And I know there are people out there that do that because I often have to fix that in students. So be careful that you're not being lazy. So usually we rest it like that because we don't have the right support between our thumb and our top teeth. So I try to actually push with my thumb up into my teeth, so I have those 2 pressure points. And then, fun fact, your embouchure, not biting, but your embouchure can help keep your clarinet stable too. So you keep your corners in, like this. You have the pressure points, so you have these 3 points of pressure. 1, 2, 3. Actually, it'd be 3, 4, right? So if those 3 pressure points, 4 pressure points are stable, your fingers will be less likely to want to grip on the clarinet or rest it on the index finger. You'll be less likely to try to hold onto your clarinet when you're doing left hand work. And you'll be less likely to build bad habits of like resting or holding on to this post right here, or any number of bad habits. And then I have one final bonus tip for you while you're working on this etude, and that is when you are pressing on the A key, the A flat, G sharp key, F sharp, be aware of what your thumb is doing. Make sure your thumb isn't pressing on the body of the clarinet back here. It should just be kind of floating above the key right here. Okay, and that's another issue that can be resolved if you have your 3 pressure points figured out. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so enjoy practicing this etude. I've already shared it with channel patrons and channel members. This is a pretty common book, so if you don't already have it, it's very easy to find. I will put a link below for you to purchase it as well, because it should be in everybody's library. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful weekend, have a good week next week, and as always, happy practicing.